It is Wednesday morning. It is July the 26th. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk, where we get together 7 days a week, check in, see what's doing in the world of weather. Hopefully get your day started off on the right note. It is a lovely start to the day outside. Grayish skies. I'm looking outside my window, though, and it is perfectly blue. It is a lovely start around all of town. Got to tell you, first warning live Doppler radar around Central Florida is looking very, very nice. Not much to see here. Temperatures out the door, sitting in the mid 70s in places like Ocala and the Villages. We're in the upper 70s in the metro area, and we're already at 80 degrees down in Winter Haven. So it is a warm start to the day, particularly the further south you go. In terms of the forecast today, building up that heat, building up those afternoon temperatures, a 40% coverage of showers and thunder showers as temperatures climb to about 95 degrees this afternoon. Storms do look to start again a little later today. 3, 4, 5 o'clock is kind of that window of storminess, and then it all kind of works off toward the west little bit by little bit. So not a bad start to our day, certainly, but there's a lot of weather elements that we need to talk about here over the next couple of days. We're going to be tracking building moisture. I will say that overall, we're going to enter into a somewhat stormier pattern across Central Florida. Take a look at the next couple of days, okay? Rain chance today, looking at a healthy 40 or so percent coverage. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, kind of raising that rain coverage just a little bit as some tropical moisture moves in. And it's something we've been talking about. The good news, if there is any certainly, is that with building tropical moisture, you bring down the temperatures just a little bit. So what we get to look forward to then is the opportunity to at least have some bit of comfort returning to Central Florida, okay? So it's not that it's going to get cool, not by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, here's the high temperature map across Central Florida. You can see, though, things do respond, right? Average high temperature, 92, so we'll do 95 today. Then as those storms start to work in, we'll drop off again to about 92 for our high temperature, or get back to where we should be seasonally, all right? Does that make sense? Work for you? So here's the overall forecast then. Nice stormy pattern for us this afternoon across Central Florida. But looking ahead to tomorrow, watch that right side of your screen. There's more and more green showing up. That is actually a tropical wave that is moving in. Now, a couple of things about that tropical wave, and then we'll get to your questions, comments, and concerns. The National Hurricane Center had mentioned that this tropical wave, which is sitting just east of us now, has an opportunity to develop. They have since kind of brought those development chances down, and at this point, it's basically 0 and 0. They're not even watching it as a development potential. But you can see there's plenty of moisture out that way. So not expecting development from this, but that piece of tropical energy is working our direction and is going to help to amplify our rain chances over the next couple of days' time. All right, so it is what it is. When we talk about the different global models in terms of how much rain we could be talking about, you can very clearly see through Monday, most of the models running about 1 to 2 inches of rain across the area. Could we see more? Certainly expect that. But, overall, it's not going to be a straight up washout, but it is going to include some moisture around. All right, so while I'm dialing up Futurecast, questions, comments, concerns. Who has what, my friends? Any questions at all? Good morning to you, Dawn. Hope you're doing well. Diane, Anne-Marie, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Yeah. Maxine, good morning to you. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast, shall we? We start off with mostly cloudy skies, looking good. I say mostly cloudy skies. I mean mostly sunny skies. My apologies. My brain is not exactly perfect today. We start off beautifully, though. All right, there's lunchtime today. A few showers out west. Notice by 1:30, 2 o'clock, we're starting to spiral up a little bit of rain here or there, and then through 3, 4, 5 o'clock, widely scattered showers and thunder showers. Some heavier stuff around the metro. That's 6 p.m. It rains, it pours, the old man snores. 7 o'clock, the rains kind of shift further south, and then we start to see things clear on out a little bit. Now, what about tomorrow, our Thursday, right? Morning looking good. To give you an idea, lunchtime still quiet, but by 3 o'clock, we're dialing up the shower, thunderstorm activity. And tomorrow, everything's going to want to work off toward the west. And then by Friday, maybe a couple of early morning coastal showers, but there's that tropical moisture moving in. And you can just see, I mean, it's going to be a bunch of rain. Again, late this week into the weekend is really when we're looking at those rain chances rising. And Futurecast doesn't really go that far out, at least this version of Futurecast doesn't. So it's not like we can go, all right, let's look at Saturday and look at Sunday. I mean, I could show you the lower resolution of Futurecast, but the overall takeaway is, oh, rain chances are on the rise, right? So looking at the weekend forecast then, at this point, you know, it's 50-50 shot of rain. I suspect that will probably rise. But we'll watch and see how this all certainly plays out. All right. Donna says it's nice out this morning. Oh, I would agree. Totally would agree. I need to mow the yard at some point. Probably tomorrow. Yeah. Laura says, well, I wanted the weekend off, so I guess Mother Nature's going to give it to me. There you go. There you go. Meanwhile, I have to go mow my yard. So where are we here, right? Michelle says, so not all weekend, on and off like usual. Yeah, but I do think it's going to be amplified more than usual, Michelle. So, you know, just keep that in the back of your mind. It's not going to be a horrible weekend, though. So that's the good news. Yeah. Mike, good morning to you. Donna says, us too. Lawn is a-growing. That's it. That's it. Good morning, everyone. Stephanie on YouTube's asking, I have a question about the Coast Carolina storms around the 21st through the 29th of August. Could you please explain a bit more about that storm? I can't. I know that there's going to be a reflection of something around. Could it mean could it mean a tropical system or a weak system? Yes. You know, for example, this is the reflection of the Florida East Coast storm. You know, it's nothing organized, doesn't look like it's going to organize, but it's a reflection of. So don't know what we're going to get each time, but we're going to get something, you know, and there'll be something to track. So that's the long and short of what we can talk. You know, in long range forecasting, know what you know and know what you don't know. And that's kind of where we're at. I wish I had better info, but that's just kind of where we're at. Jeannie says, I want rain again. Jeannie Pickett. I will do my best. Yeah, but that energy there on that side, that's going to bring us some rising rain chances the next couple of days. Nikki says the storm last night was wow in Palm Bay. Lots of lightning. Oh, for sure. That was a doozy. That was a doozy of a storm. Yeah, indeed. Marianne says, oh boy, maybe I should reschedule for Saturday. You know, it's Florida. It's the rainy season. It's going to storm. It's not, you know, at least for now, it's looking like we shouldn't be tracking a complete washout. Let me load up the kind of longer range stuff together, all right? What is today? All right. Very good. Okay. So here's longer range Futurecast, okay? And we'll just kind of roll through this together. There's that moisture coming in, right? But you notice it's not, it just kind of helps to amplify our afternoon storms, right? Like there's Friday afternoon, plenty of those afternoon showers and storms around. But notice like overnight and into the morning for Saturday, it's not looking bad, right? Then you get into the afternoon storms on Saturday, and at least for now, it looks like, we've got the normal stuff, maybe a little heightened. But while that moisture's around, there's Sunday. For now, it almost looks like Sunday's going to be a bit stormier than Saturday. And then into Monday and Tuesday, I mean, look, you've got plenty of storms, but it almost wants to focus on the East Coast a little bit. So, I think at this point, the models are just trying to chew on the fat with all the data, figure out where they're going, figure out what's next, and yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at, just trying to figure it all out. The thing that it's like yesterday, Computer models are guidance, not gospel. Remember, yesterday the models had rain out west and then rain east. Well, it rained across the majority of the metro too, didn't it? Computers are guidance, not gospel. That's where we have to work together, looking at the computer model data and frankly using experience and using knowledge. Those things do matter when it comes to every version of science, right? Laura, I wouldn't say you're getting a 3-day weekend, Laura. I mean, well, here's the deal. Laura. If you want to work, you got the morning, right? Like, we all know that. It's just the afternoons are going to get feisty. All right. And when I say feisty, I don't even mean like extra severity, but just maybe some extra juice. So a little bit of, a little bit more moisture around, more coverage of storms. That's that sort of thing. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah. Anne Marie says, my daughter's birthday is today. Happy birthday, young one. Hope you have a great day. So tropical moisture is moving in, right? Very cool. What about the rest of the tropics, right? So we did discuss, and just to reiterate, Invest 95 is no more. This piece of energy east of us, the hurricane center, is not even highlighting anymore. So that's not a concern. What else in the tropics is there to watch? All the way off the coast of Africa. There's the Cabo Verde Islands. Okay, little piece of energy way out there, eventually crossing the Atlantic, and has an opportunity perhaps to develop north, around St. Croix, Puerto Rico, that kind of a thing. Remember, you're seeing these lines with blobs now longer because this year we're doing 7-day forecasts instead of 5-day forecasts. Danny says the GFS keeps trying to develop that one. It does. So let's just take a look and see kind of the overall idea. All right. So there it is. According to the National Hurricane Center, 30% likelihood of development. Okay, fine. We can definitely handle that. So let's do this. Let's do pressure normalized anomaly. Okay. All right. So let's dial up. This is the raw GFS model. Okay. And I'm just going to fast forward to right there. That is 12Z, so that is 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, okay? Sunday morning at 8 a.m. That's 102 hours out. You've got near the K in Coffee Talk there, you've got a blue, green, purplish dot. That is the reason that the Hurricane Center is highlighting it and saying, not over the next 2 days' time, but over the next 7 days' time, there's that development chance, right? 30%. So there it is on the raw model data. Okay, let's roll through time and watch at least how the most recent version recurves it, keeps it out away from even Bermuda. You can see Bermuda there to the top left of the storm system, and then kind of recurving and staying out to sea, right? So there's that. And then interestingly enough, behind it, you see Puerto Rico there. Look northeast of Puerto Rico. There's that lighter orange color, and even the lighter orange color around Florida. There's a couple of tropical waves moving toward Florida. So I suspect that's like piece of energy moving over us. That's like the 4th of August. A little piece of lowered pressure around Florida. I suspect the beginning of August may turn out to be fairly soaker for us, as we've got some low pressure around, and then there's kind of tropical wave moving toward us. But notice that's through August 10th. The main development region, the open Atlantic, is pretty quiet. Now, one other thing I wanted to point out was right in here, around New England there, that is the January 16th recycle. It's been kind of ashore, not ashore, ashore, not ashore. So, we're watching everything kind of cycling through. If I go back one model run, you've got that piece of energy off the shoreline, right? You see it right there. That's the January 16th signal. And if we go back, again, there's that next wave really deepening, 962, 959. So you got a decent little hurricane out east of us. And then recurving and kind of staying out to sea. So there's that. That's that's last run. We'll go 2 runs ago. I don't like that one at all. 3 runs ago. Still don't like that one. I would suspect that this is going to want to stay offshore, which is what the current run shows. So I think that the current run has the best grasp of it. Now, if we switch over and we look at the European, there it is in the open Atlantic. The European's kind of trying to fade it out and not really do much with it. Yeah, so the European is not excited about it at all, whereas the European is maybe trying to throw a couple of other waves up together. So, listen, at the end of the day, the GFS is definitely the more bonkers one on trying to develop it. Either way, the overall pattern should favor this to be a fish storm, and we certainly love those non-bother us kinds of storms. Definitely okay with that. Yeah. So that's where we're at in the tropics. 30% likelihood that something gets going near the northern Caribbean islands, St. Croix, Puerto Rico, getting closer to the Turks and Caicos. But for now, I think the overall methodology should be a recurvature. But listen, we'll watch and see. Nothing's set in stone yet. So no big concerns there. As far as the ensemble models go, we do always like to check on those just to kind of see. And if you're new to Coffee Talk and you have no idea what an ensemble is, think of it as, like 51 flavors of Baskin Robbins, right? So the ensembles, let me just back this up here. I don't know why the mouse isn't wanting to work. All right, give it a second. All right, so this is the GFS ensembles. All right, and we'll do multi-member, low locations. Okay, all right. So here we are, and you can definitely see the ensemble members trying to show some lows out east, right? East of Florida. The GFS ensembles, and it's important to note, the GFS ensembles are absolutely showing this staying east of Florida. If I go back one run, even though the operational brought it to Florida, notice the ensembles keep it east of Florida. If I go back 2 runs, it was weaker and still east. 3 runs, still east. So even though the operational was showing a much closer than we would like to Florida type idea, back to the current run, the ensemble support is absolutely east of us. And then it looks like 1 or 2 ensembles are wanting to bring it close to us. But, when you're talking about 51 ensembles and 1 or 2 bring it close to Florida, it's something to watch. But the overall envelope is certainly much further east of us. All right, as far as the European ensembles go, okay, so most of them definitely recurvature, but you notice like there's one ensemble there that's a little closer. Whereas the operational European doesn't pick up on it at all, but we're sniffing it out on the ensembles. It's just kind of a way to peel back the curtains a little bit. I love watching ensemble modeling. It's listen, when it comes to meteorology, I would just say that I really love peeling back the curtain, and that's one of the reasons I'm so grateful that you all are so weather nerdy with us. So thank you for that. But at the end of the day, 30% likelihood of developing. Not a big concern, but something we'll watch. And a reminder, with that thing off of the Florida coast, let's just take a minute and talk. All right, with this piece of energy off of the Florida coast, just a reminder for those of you that are unaware, we issue our WESH 2 hurricane season forecast March the 1st every year. Okay? WESH.com/hurricane forecast. And that thing off of our East Coast is tied to a concern we have for the Florida East Coast. All right, today's the 26th. We highlighted the 19th through the 25th, so the cycle's running about 54 days long right now instead of 51. So we're a little slow, but it's where it should be. So to me, based on our cycling weather pattern and our long-range forecast, September 8th through the 14th, we are really going to need to be watching the east coast of Florida, because what we're looking at there off the east coast right now is a reflection of that part of the pattern. Okay, and if you have any questions, wesh.com/hurricane forecast. I highly, highly, highly encourage you to take that read. It's like a 5-minute read. There's a video, all of that stuff. So I would highly suggest doing that. It's fascinating stuff. It's fascinating stuff. That little reflection there. There it is. Right over Florida. It's like a little off. A day, a couple days. But that kind of stuff happens. That's just the way that it rolls. All right? All right, so then we can answer any questions you have. But first, let's just take a look. Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast showing that rising rain chance. And I think at the moment, this is a little conservative. I'm going to guess that your rain chances for Thursday, Friday, Saturday are probably going to go up, Sunday as well. But we'll watch, and we'll see how it ends up playing out. But for right now, I'm guessing that these rain chances will be on the rise. And while not a washout of a condition, I do think that we're going to have higher overall coverage of rain. And with that, I will stop talking, and I will say good morning to you all, and we will chat. Good morning. Debbie, no worries that you have to leave early. That's totally okay. You got to do what you got to do, love. Cindy, good morning. Good morning to you. How are you? Amanda, what's the chance of getting out to New Smyrna Beach Thursday late morning, early afternoon? On Thursday? Why does it sound like there's construction happening right now? So for now, it looks like Thursday, the moisture's wanting to develop inland and then move off toward the west. So, I would say that it's not looking too bad for you. Yeah. Karen, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tiffany, I was a few minutes late. I already did show Futurecast, yeah. Cindy says, I got the old Rona. Haven't been feeling well. Migraines and nausea are my least favorite combo. I'm sorry to read that, Cindy. Sending all the good vibes to you. Jamie, thank you. Needed. Continuing to be needed. Absolutely continuing to be needed. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Any other questions, comments, concerns, anything? Will the rain chances look like for Sarasota weekend of the 10th? I mean, we're a little way out there. Yeah, we're a little way out. So I can't give you a specificity, but it's the rainy season in Florida. Yeah, although they need some rain. Carla says the new boy did just fine yesterday. He's good. He's a good guy. I watched him on the noon show. I look forward to actually getting to work with him. The last time I saw him in person was when he was interviewing and auditioning. So I haven't even gotten the chance to shake his hand since he's been a Wesh employee. But he did do fine. He did fine there. Yeah. Julie, with the new outlook Thursday, Friday, St. Augustine, I would say that we're just looking at rain chances rising. That's kind of the idea that I would say. Cindy, when is he going to be on Coffee Talk? We'll get him on. I'm kind of just doing the bare minimum here right now. So we'll get him on at some point. I can promise that. And let's see here. Guess the neighbor is getting a tree down. Oh, there you go, Laura. It seems like we have more rain than normal. Is that right? When we look at the yearly numbers, it's not more rain than normal. I mean, in Daytona Beach it is, but the rest of us are actually running in a decent little deficit. Yeah. So there's that. When is this hell of heat going to give up? Meteorological fall. Meteorological fall starts in a few months. September is when we start meteorological fall, and then October and November you watch those average high temperatures dropping pretty nicely. So it's going to be a bit. Where's my associate pup producer? She's sitting at the door because I have to take her potty. John, I'm probably going to have to. I haven't even gotten that far, but yeah, probably going to have to do that. He'll get schooled about his pronunciation of Kissimmee. I didn't hear what he said. He looked darn good doing the weather, I'll tell you that. If he mispronounced stuff, then he's new. I think we should give him some dang grace. You know? That's what I think. We should open the door. She wants to see. No, she wants to see me walk her to the potty. I know. That's exactly what she wants. So, all right. Any other questions, comments, concerns, friends? I love beginning my day with friends and coffee talk. Thank you. All right. So here's a look at our 7-day forecast, people. Just be ready. Showers and thunder showers with us. Rain chances overall rising. Yeah. Cindy says we all need a little grace sometimes. I think we do. And I think that if there's one goal for me, it's going to be to do that more and more. You're right. It's her world and we're just living in it. That's it. Yeah. Oh, I know you're just kidding, Jan. But I did get an email. I got an email and I was just like, why are you such a schmuck? Some person wrote that it was insulting to the people of Kissimmee that he misspoke. And I'm just like, dude just moved here. Dude just moved here. Insulting? Yeah, I don't think that I don't think that he's doing anything to be insulting. I'm just amazed sometimes. All right. No other question? I'm not kidding. No, seriously, Kelly, I can look at the bottom of she's nowhere near my door. She's at the back slider ready to go potty, and that's all she cares about right now. So Mary, I have no controls over that. There should be a button on YouTube. Yeah. There should be a button on YouTube. I have no other, I have no way to do it on my end, and I apologize. Yeah. I'd love to have absolutely no problems that I'm insulted. Yeah, I mean, right? That's it. If you're insulted about a mispronunciation about someone who just moved to your community and is going to be doing the best they can to keep you informed and safe, then good gravy. I don't even know. All right. Listen, thank you all for hanging out with me. I will just ask for continued prayers for my mother. We're in a pretty crummy little time here with that. So prayers, good vibes, any positivity that you have in your hearts that you can just share to a perfect stranger. I beg you for them. So they say that there is quite a power of prayer, and I'll take any bit of that I can get. So, all right, I'm gonna go, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Sound good? Thank you for hanging out for coffee talk. Talk to you later.